Oh, pikalavu, palavu, yongela lavu. Munange mpalavu, yabualavu.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Crystal One-on-One. We happen to be at Le Chateau, Brasserie Belge, and today I'm with the very lovely Malaika. I see you prepping and getting ready. Yeah, these TV people, they do little dances before you start shooting. I just reported myself.
I was about to say, but Crystal, right now, you're the one who's just doing the dancing. Hi, Crystal.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
You're great.
I am awesome. I am superb. I am happy. And thank you for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you. Thank you for joining me. I know we've been talking about this for a while.
A very long time. And I was always working for your competitors, so I could never be on Celeb Selects. So I was like, it's okay, one day, God, you'll make it happen. So I feel like your retirement was for me to be interviewed.
But retirement, that's such a strong word.
From radio. Would you ever go back, by the way?
This interview is about you, my darling.
I'm sorry, possible habit, but just, would you ever go back?
I've learned in life you never say never. Never say never.
Clever.
Okay, so Malaika. How many people have sung Malaika to you?
Maybe like one too many.
I can imagine.
Anytime, anywhere I go, I just say, hi, my name's Malaika. Oh, do you know the song Malaika? And I'm like, no, never heard it before. Or like, oh, hi, my name is Malaika. And they're like, oh my God, you look like one. I'm like, oh, that's so original. Never
Has
heard
a
that
guy
one
ever
before.
tried to use it?
They always do. Always. It works though. I feel nice. I kind of feel off sometimes. You know what? I got so used to it that when someone doesn't react to the name, I get...
You're a bit like, yeah.
Do you want me to say it again? Malaika.
Okay.
Reaction, go.
That's honest. I will
I'm
say.
serious, because I do appreciate my name. I love it so much. Hence
It
why
is a
it's
beautiful name. It is a
just
beautiful
one.
name. Although you used to emphasize the Nyanzi.
Yes, I did once upon a time.
And I've noticed that you've dropped it. You're
did.
not using it anymore.
I don't use it anymore, except if you're signing my checks. So Crystal, if you're writing my checks, it's Nyanzi with a double N. Honestly,
so it's Malaika Tenshi.
Yes, now it's Malaika Tenshi. Tenshi is Malaika in Japanese. Originally, when I came back to Uganda, actually even wherever I was, I used to only use Malaika. That's it.
All right.
The company I had in Nairobi, I only used Malaika. Everyone only knew me as Malaika when I got here. But when I did my first TV show with Gaetano was like, you know, Malaika, you have to use two names because you're Malaika who? In this country, it's, you know how they say,
yes.
And you're Rita and like, so I was like, okay, so I did. And then people always misspell it.
Okay.
So I have to say, hi, I'm
So
Malaika
that's why you would
Nyanzi,
always
Nyanzi
emphasize
with
the
a
double N. Okay.
Then someone put the double N in the middle. I said, oh God, I'm Malaika Nyanzi with a double N at the beginning. Do I have to emphasize? I was like, oh God. But then I realized towards the end of last year, I was spending more time on that name than that belongs to...
The emphasis on that.
On that name that belongs to someone, hence my father.
Yes.
And he's made his name, and it's unfortunately for me, it's the same kind of sphere. He's an artist, and he's really, like, he's one of the biggest artists in the country. So I was like, that's him, and he goes by it. You get it? That's what he goes by. I was like, I want to be me. And also when I get married, I'll take my husband's name.
I
And
like
he knows
that. She's laying the foundation
Yes.
right here and right now.
So you don't get confused.
Okay. And he knows that.
Yes.
Please pay attention. Because we're coming back to that later. Thank you so much for that opening.
What did I do?
I love it.
I dug my own
I'm
grave.
like, I'm even looking at the hand, but I have a feeling something might have been taken off.
No,
You never know these things.
Not yet. Not yet.
Well, he knows that. We heard it.
By the grace of God.
So tell me, where were you born?
I was born in Nairobi, Kenya.
Okay.
Yeah. 16 years ago.
Okay. Me too.
Because I'm 16.
Me too.
Yeah. And we're sticking to that story till I'm 40.
Well, I'm 21.
When I'm 40, I'll be...
So you're 16,
20.
I'm 21. I think we can work with that.
Yeah. Young girls. You've done quite a bit for a 21-year-old, Crystal. My line is believable.
I'm special.
Mine at least got Crystal.
So
Quite
you're
a lot. No, I was
I've
born
been
in
busy,
Nairobi.
so have you. Mhm.
Yeah, I was born in Nairobi, Kenya. My parents, or one of them, my father was exiled to Kenya. My mother was working there. They met there, but they're Ugandan. I have an older brother, and I have two sisters as well. They're my cousins, but because when their parents died, my parents took them in, so they became my sisters.
Yes.
So my older brother is Cham. He'll kill me if I don't say his name. I need to give him a shout out. So older brother is Cham. We don't look anything alike.
Okay.
He's the sweet one. He's the fun-loving one. He's the friendly one. He's the one everyone likes to have around. He's the cool one. Me, I'm the serious one.
I like what you're saying. He is all that. So what are you?
Me, I'm the serious one. Too serious. Too focused. Too particular. Too control freak. And I used to tell him it's because you were too fun. One of us had to be like.
One had to go the other way.
Yeah, like the house would not be set on fire because I was home. But if we just leave him at home, it would be set on fire. Jokes. But yeah, then my youngest, my other sister, we're like twins, is Joanne. She's doing really well for herself. She's a big lawyer. She got married recently as well. And she has two beautiful sons. She gave birth to them, but they're mine.
I have seen that.
Yes, they're my babies.
Your babies.
Momo and Avery, they're mine.
Is she aware of this?
Yes, they call me mommy.
Okay.
Yes, I'm their mommy. Then the late Viola passed away beginning 31st of December 2017. Very heartbreaking time, but God has healed us. And yeah, so that's my family lineage. Then we moved back to Uganda.
When did you move back to Uganda?
Sometime, 16 years ago. You can never catch me, by the way.
Okay, we'll figure it out. So where did you go to school?
I went to Safari Kindergarten. I went to Kampala Parents for primary school. Then I went to Gayaza High School.
Okay.
And I went to Makerere College.
You went to Gayaza?
Yeah,
And then Makerere College for your A-level?
No, Makerere College Form 3 and 4.
Okay. Why did you leave Gayaza?
Too many girls.
You needed some boys in your life.
Too many females, and it was boarding, so I couldn't handle. Also, my health.
Okay.
I was not a very healthy child growing up. I was always in hospitals and sick and everything. I know it doesn't show it, but yeah, I had not had the best. Oh my, glory to God.
Was it
for
like
my parents.
allergies or?
No, like serious medical conditions I was born with and everything. Very few people know that story of me.
Okay, what
How
was
did
wrong
you get
though?
that out of me? I don't like to say it. My mom has put it in me so much for so long. Like, no, don't tell people, it chases people away. Some people, but I am fine now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine now. A few attacks here and there, if I push beyond what I'm supposed to, if I overstress, there's some triggers that would happen and everything.
Okay.
When I was born blue because I had bronchitis and kind of thing and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, so also when I was born, funny story, when I was born, they gave me to an Indian woman because they thought I was Indian. My hair. So, as I said, funny story. So this Indian woman was about to breastfeed me. And then my mom goes like, my baby! Remember I was born in Kenya. So there was a lot of Indians in Kenya. And I looked like, if you see my baby pictures, I'll show you a couple. My hair is all like, my grandma is mixed race.
Okay.
And everything. So
okay.
I was so light and my hair was so...
like curly, soft.
Yeah, curly and soft and everything. So there was no way I was a black person's baby. So this Indian woman was about to breastfeed me. And my mom was like, that's my baby.
Okay,
I'm
I'm really sorry, but I'm really thinking about this Indian lady saying, how do you not know your own child?
No. I mean, blame her.
Kudos to your mom. She got you back. But
getting me back
how was she about to even?
My mother is dark-skinned.
Oh, wow.
Do you see a dark skin saying an Indian woman, that's my baby?
So that must have been tricky.
It was hilarious. And then, yeah, they figured it out. Because even the Indian woman was breastfeeding in skepticism. Like, you know that.
But
it's really a big.
Where was her baby? This story is just bizarre.
Really, I was born 4.5 kgs, so I was already too big.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a big baby.
That's why my mother said after, it is okay. That's enough.
Okay.
She's 2 in 1. Yeah, my brother was like 2 point something. Yeah, I was 4.5. Yeah.
Okay.
I was a big baby. So I always wonder, like, imagine if I grew up in that Indian home, like the dad would be like, Madam,
What happened? No, the mom would be in trouble.
yeah,
Hey,
that's what I'm saying.
you need to explain this child.
At least let me be light skinned. But what explanation do you have?
That is so insane.
Anyway, yeah, that's to make it lighter. But that was a funny story. I love that story so much.
What did you study?
Oh, for Kansai Gaidai, I did a certificate in Asian business. Yeah.
Okay.
And then for USIU, I did international business, concentrating in marketing, and I did Japanese as well.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So when were you in Nairobi?
Some few years back.
Okay. This was after we did
When I was 12.
university, or
No.
when we had a company?
I started the company while I was still on university.
Okay,
While I was still in university. So when I was a tomboy.
Okay.
Kabisa, never wore a dress unless my uniform. That was it.
Wow.
That was the only dress I owned. My mother struggled for years to try and put me in a dress. You know? First of all, to even wear shoes this high, little me is like wondering.
You know, it's so hard because this is like a full like transformation.
Short hair.
Because now the lady in you is
Nah.
like,
Sit like this. Used to fight with boys. Do like workouts. I was always playing football. Like I played all sports. I was like, if you see you see the scars on my legs because of fighting and climbing trees and running and just being a boy. I didn't even like being called a girl. I'll call
Okay.
myself Malik sometimes.
God,
Yo.
no.
You kind of see the tomboyishness. And I'm not even full girl. I can be ladylike and but I still have that gangster in me.
Okay.
But when I went to Gayaza, they tried to take that out of me, refused. The way I walked anyway didn't matter, tomboy or not. I always walked like this,
Okay.
like naturally. So, and I hated it. I'd always try not to, but it was just so natural for me to cross my legs, always.
To catwalk, that's what you mean.
I was trying not to say that, but yes, to catwalk. I always knew what was fashionable. I just didn't want it on me.
Oh.
I can tell you you're not smart while I'm in my baggy jeans and what. But I always knew.
So were your sisters the ones who benefited from that fashion
Yeah,
sense?
they were not very happy with my criticism. So. Till this day, they always know how we're going to Malaika's. I have to dress up. They know. Even my best friend knows. Oh God, I have to carry heels. I'm going to see Malaika.
You know, when you talked about how particular you were with your name,
Yeah.
I was like, control freak. I was thinking it, and then you said it.
Yes, I am.
So are you like that in your environment, in your state?
Yeah, I am. I'm very. I've been reading about it because you have to know how to sometimes let go of the reins and let people and everything. They say people who usually are that controlling because maybe there was a time in their childhood where they had no control over something. And so I'm trying to discover what that was so I can be able to let go a little bit. Not a lot. Just
A little bit is good because then you can enjoy yourself more and live in the moment more.
I feel like I'm trying to. I never used to. If you meet people who knew me in Nairobi, smiling was a privilege for you. Like, why would I be smiling with you? For what?
Okay.
What have you done to deserve my smile?
Wow.
Like, I was always business. If you're not talking to me about work, making something, doing something, be gone. Like, it was just business.
So take us back to your company in Nairobi.
Okay, so the reason why I told you that is because when I did the Miss USIU, I became the first runners-up. I failed this one question and I became the first runners-up. People were upset. But it was fine because I then later on was scouted to become a model. So now you see, now I'm growing this passion of the modeling thing. So they realized, like, one of the scouts was like, listen, you're not a pageant girl, you're a runway girl.
Oh, okay.
Your walk is too strong and fierce, and even your presentation is very, very cut. For pageant, it's very graceful and very smile and, giving back to the community, what. Me, I was trying to make money, man. I was just trying to make money.
Okay.
So when they did that, I was like, okay, that's interesting. So I started modeling, but then I left for Japan. And my very good friend at that time was called Moses. Me and him used to have an idea. We're like, we're tired of these middlemen keep taking our money.
Okay.
Oh, we never get paid.
All right.
Let's do this ourselves.
Okay.
Right? So he started it while I was in Japan, but I would always like chime in, help him out, and everything. So I'd fly back as well. you know, advanced, but still as not in it. But when I came back fully to Nairobi, I was like let's make this happen. So Strategic Africa then happened. So we grew the company. So we started off by grooming 20 top models.
Okay.
Right? Also because I was sharp enough to notice I'm not growing any taller, and my journey will end very soon. So if you can't teach, and I was very good at teaching, and I loved it as well.
Okay.
So I started teaching and grooming these models, and we became the top. Ask anyone, we were the top agency in Kenya. We were 2 Ugandans running the modeling industry in Kenya. So we started off by the modeling thing and everything, getting these models. Then we went into the pictorial aspect of it, of advertising, getting them to do those jobs, this, that. After that, we started taking them outside of Kenya. So we went to Hub of Fashion Africa, Hub of Africa Fashion Week in Ethiopia. We took them for the Swahili Fashion Week in Tanzania, for Zambia,
What?
yeah. I was 20. So, and sometimes I clap for myself. I'm like, girl, you were not sleeping. People were partying, and me, I'm always on the computer making calls, and I'm going to business meetings like I'm a grown up. Kumbe. A teenager, kid.
And you were figuring it out along the way.
We'll be fine. I didn't speak Swahili. I understood a bit, but I told people I'll take over this country without learning the language, because someone pissed me off. They're like, how can you be Ugandan and you don't know Swahili? I was like, it's not my national language. How come you don't know Lugandan? But anyway, so we grew it from that. Then after that, we realized, why are we only providing models? Why are we only taking pictures? We can produce an actual show, provide the models and produce the show.
Okay.
So we started that, and we did fine. Like you think of all the big fashion events in Kenya, we did them. Then my favorite story for myself is Swahili Fashion Week. The first time I went there as a model, the second time I went there as an assistant to the production team that was from South Africa.
Okay.
The third time I went there, like the third year, I was the head of production. They said, we don't need the South Africans anymore. You guys can take over. So I was like, yeah! Being flown in, put in the best hotel, treated. I was like, when you put in the work, it happens. So, but then my business partner and I fell out.
Okay.
Yeah, I was years off. I didn't celebrate Christmas. I hadn't seen my parents in a long time. Like, if they wanted to see me, they would have to come to Kenya. Like, I gave up my entire life for this company.
Okay.
Entire life. I was skinny, like this, with a bump.
We recently were talking about her curves, and she's like, I never had hips before. I had the bump,
Yeah,
but I never had the hips.
But I'm so happy now.
They came in.
This is peace of mind. But I was so
But I'm sorry about that. I
Yeah,
mean, partnerships are really tricky that way.
It really was very complicated. It was very,
especially when you put
it
a
was
lot
bad
of time and
energy, and I thought this was my life. Like, I was even, at some point I was even going to quit school for it. My parents were like, Esuzas, do you know how much we pay? Bucks, go back to school. So I was doing school and that at the same time.
Yeah.
And it was, oh my, Crystal, it was one of the hardest times in my life, I'll kid you not. Because the last thing we did was now to do our own show, the Strategic Africa Fashion Week, where we involved the entire region. We flew in models, we flew in designers from all parts of, Martha Jabo came to represent Uganda. We brought in models from all over to come for our thing. Some of our models that I trained and groomed and handpicked are some of the best models that Kenya has ever seen to this day. From Joe Kisila, Eskari, who you name them.
So losing that company, did you fight for it?
This is the thing. By the end, I was done. I didn't know I was done until he did one last thing, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, God has told me to leave, and I can't. So I said, here. I signed over everything. Like, that's how much I was just like, I'm not even going to fight for money. I'm not going to. Now the problem is there was no money. There was debts. So he's like, oh, you're leaving. It's okay, but here is your part of payment for the debt. But I was like, but I've left you the company. Why am I paying a debt as an individual? It's like, figure it out.
Okay.
So you see, already was such a bad terms. I came back to Uganda, no job, no prospect, no nothing. I had that degrees, yes, good for you. How many Ugandans have degrees? I had experience, but it didn't make sense to this industry. Here, at that time, modeling was not Joram at that time was just trying to like push. And I remember when I met him, he was so excited to meet me, and I was like, oh, there's someone at least who knows my hard work. And I just looked at him and I was like, oh, you don't know, but you have Uganda, you have to strive harder. The modeling industry is not appreciated as much.
Yeah.
And I didn't want anything to do with fashion, by the way. Nothing.
Okay, this is very confusing.
Nothing.
Because you have your own fashion line now.
Yes, I wanted nothing to do. Like, don't even.
So because of that experience?
Nothing. I applied to office jobs only. I wanted nothing to do with fashion.
It's interesting how sometimes your purpose won't let go of you.
No, it won't. That stupid thing.
You're like, no. It's like, come back.
It's like, sometimes I even laugh because I remember myself saying, whenever someone tell me, oh, say what, I'm like, no. Before they even finish, I was like, fashion. No. Fashion. No. Don't finish that word even.
So how did your parents take it when you came back? And
my mom begged me to come back.
okay.
Like, before.
So you were so miserable?
Yeah, she came to visit me one time and she was like, leave. She was like, this is too much. She came back home and she told everyone, well, my daughter doesn't sleep, she doesn't eat, she doesn't do anything. Like I was in her house, but I saw her once. Because I would sleep a maximum of 2 hours. The rest of the time I'm up and down moving. Blah, 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 blah. Kenya, you don't sleep, man. You blink, they've taken your job.
I know. But
and so when I came back, so that was the thing. I've been working since I was 16. Okay, original 16. Like I've always been working. And now I'm here, jobless, don't know what to do. Just Uganda is slower than what I'm used to. Like guys are chilling, huh? Guys are okay. And I'm like, how can you be okay? You have no job, but you're going out. What do you mean? And slowly by slowly, I realized, by the way, Uganda is such an awesome country. Like, I had no job. I would have 20K and I'd be excited, like, yes, this is good. I can do something with this 20K. Kenya, you would cry. What is 20K going to do? Take you to the stage? That's what it would do for you. So I was really happy to be back home, but at the same time I was nervous. I got 2 jobs on the same day.
okay.
One was to work for Coca-Cola.
All
I
right.
told you I was looking for sitting job. And my mother wanted me to sit behind that desk and get married and have kids.
Oh.
Sorry, mom.
Well, it can happen in a different way, in a different order.
Right. And then, kids come after marriage. Let's not give people ideas. And then the TV. Same day, I kid you not. I went to Coca-Cola Namamve first. They showed me the contract, everything,
Okay.
because the person they had picked actually had dropped out.
Okay.
And I was second to who they wanted. So they were like, oh, but can you handle? Because what they were going to do is really physical. And I was like, I think that's the stuff I want. I don't want. They were like, you'll be in the field a lot. I was like, great, awesome. Because I was like, I'm not really sure I can do a desk job because I know myself, I'm restless.
Yeah.
Then the TV thing, they're like, probation, let's see. These guys are giving you a contract, money, benefits,
Exactly.
this, done.
So what was
TV
the
saying
thing that made you
probation.
decide? Did you talk to someone?
I'm prayerful
Okay.
and I pray a lot.
Yes.
And I sat down and I told God, here, there. This one doesn't even have a contract. I just wrote it on a piece of paper. This one is here. This one is the contract. Lord, I don't know. Please help me. This will give me peace of mind. Will make my parents, But this is, it's not sure. But what can I? Then God has said, when have you ever wanted anything easy? When has easy ever been what you have been? When? And when haven't I never come through for you?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I remember I said sorry to Coca-Cola. But funny enough, the guys called me later and they were like, hey, we watched you on TV. We're really going to just ruin. Like,
That's
there's
nice.
such a wasted talent would have been in our office. I was like, oh, thank you guys. And they would actually watch me and everything. I was really appreciated. Thank you guys so much, by the way. And at Urban, something about Bush, Michael Bush Award, there was something about him. Like, he just saw me and he just said, okay.
He saw it.
Yeah. Like, he was like, okay. Then he asked me, can you do a political show? Like, I was like, yes. I only knew the president of Uganda, and that's because he's been standard for 30 years. I was not even sure who the VP was. Because I'd been away from UG for so long. I was like, yeah. Because my mother taught me one thing. Her first job was a secretary And they told her, can you? She's like, yes, yes. She'd never seen a typewriter in her life. She's a Masaka rich girl, yes, but Masaka rich girl, you know, from my college. And she's like, Kenya. She's like, yeah, I can. She'd never seen it before. Sat in front of it, looked at this person. Okay, and then figured it out. Said, Malaika, never deny yourself an opportunity. Say yes, and then you'll learn. If you want it, go for it. So I was like, yeah.
Okay.
I Google.
Why not?
Like, yes, I read. Crystal, I read. Mama,
yes,
I read. And my co-host Sophie and Samson and Gaetano were just awesome people to work with, and Conan as well. Awesome people. They were always ready to help you and help you grow and everything. So then after that, remember how I told you I didn't want anything to do with fashion?
So
My next show was Fashionista.
there you go.
Yeah, my next show was Fashionista. I loved it so much. I ended up co-producing it and coming up with ideas so much. Then I got Coca-Cola rated next. That's when I fell in love with MCing. That's when I was like, ha! This is nice. And I used to watch you guys doing it all the time because I love you. If you listen to any interview, I always mention you, Mitch, and Shanice, and I would always be like, how do they do that? Like people are not easy to, it's not easy to speak in front of people, and people don't understand that. So when I got a taste of
Most people's biggest phobia.
yeah, right? And there's one thing to be on a TV, but you're behind a camera. They see you, don't see them. But to literally stand in front of people, they are shouting, some are drunk, some don't care, some don't like you, some are commenting about your dress, but you continue to smile. Some are probably, maybe one of them, you have their money, but you continue. And it sounds like fell in love with emceeing there. My first gig was Neo. The God I serve, you guys. Neo, man, that was crazy. And that's when I knew I have to MC.
Okay.
I always knew.
So it sounds like things were just falling in place, huh?
That's when I knew. I was like, the God we serve, huh? Crystal, the God we serve. Don't joke. Don't joke. I'm a very spiritual person.
Have you always been?
No. No, I have not.
All right.
What I went through in Kenya, I think I went through in order for me. I had ups and downs. You know when you're growing up, oh yeah, I'm set, I'm in a set club. After that you're like, no, wait for the dance. Let's go and dance. No Marcos, eh? Like,
Oh yes, of course.
You're like, should I go for, what was Melodies? It was Melodies, yes.
What?
Melodies was for the Christian group for singing.
Oh, okay.
And we'll be on the same day as Viga, and you're like, guys, even Jesus partied, I'm sure. I'm sure. With his, with his boys, the disciples, maybe party cool. So I wasn't very.
But I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't very, very strong, but I became stronger because I needed God. There's the difference between I love God and no. I almost committed suicide. Not almost. I did try. I just whatever.
Sweetheart.
Yeah, it was very bad. It was a very bad time. I got onto drugs and alcohol and all those things. It was a very tough time. So
Was it also because of the industry? That industry?
It was.
Was it the people? Because that's
was
not
a
something
lot of
you
things.
just get into.
No, it was a lot of things. I'll be honest with you. Your best friend is your business partner. Your office is the sitting room, but your home is upstairs. Do you get so you never have a break away from work, and then you can be home, or a break away from your friends are still the models, and it's everything is intertwined.
So when you lost that, you lost everything?
Yeah. So all that. I stayed with some of the models are still my friends. But it was a very heartbreaking time. I went through something very big, very, very big. That was my tipping point.
Was that a health challenge or was it a relationship?
I've never said it out loud, so I don't know if I can say it here. But it was not something I would wish on anyone. I lost something. And I then lost myself in the middle of that. And if you can read between the lines there, I'm not going to really say what it was because I will start crying and then I won't stop. And I don't want this interview to ever end. And that's my defense mechanism. I laugh.
When you say you lost something?
Yes, I lost something, and then I lost myself.
Lost a baby?
So when that happened, I went down
Sweetheart,
a
you're not
dark.
the only one.
Yeah, I know, but I don't like to dwell on it. So it was a dark time for me. That's why when I tell people, man, God is God. Eh? God is God. God is good. My parents don't even know this is what I went through. My mom has a clue. That's why I told you she said leave. She just sensed. Moms always do. She just sensed, "Omwana wange, nedda, vawano. This is not a good in, like I don't see you happy, I don't see you thriving." I was sad, I was always angry, I was always bitter, I was always like I'm not a shouter, I don't shout, I don't quarrel. I'm just always and it was just a dark cloud. You know that thing when you're so down, no matter what anyone does, no matter what anyone says, you'll never come out of it. Beyonce could probably even have shown up at that point and I'll just be like, good for her.
Like, hey.
Yeah, hey. And that's what depression is, and people need to understand that.
So
and mental challenge. Yeah, it's okay. Like you said, it happens to people, but people react to it differently. And I remember the day I was on the floor because I had gotten an attack from my childhood problem. Okay, you know what? Maybe I'll help a girl out there. I have epilepsy.
Okay.
Yes. So I dropped on the floor, like, had a seizure and everything, and I was alone. So I hit myself, wounds and everything, and because no one is there to hold you down,
Yes.
because it's biting your tongue and everything. I remember when I got to, I looked up and I said, there's no point, right? There's no point to this. Like, this can't be my life, right? So I told God, Kachigwe, let it end. Let me put an end to this. And one of my very good friends, Sinari, I went for his wedding in Sudan. I think he sensed where I was, and he'd always come every single day to do something nice for me. He'd leave a rose on my bed, or write me a note, or just tell me, Malaika, come, let's go for a walk, or he'd like do little small things. And I never told him anything. He knew nothing, and he would just do like little small things. And that's when I say that was God. I call him my
your guardian angel.
Yeah,
there.
he was, and I call him my lotus flower because I'm just like, you're like that special thing. Like, God knew. He sent his angel through you. Like, you're my angel. I call him, you're my Malaika. And he'll do like little small things. And that's why I keep telling people, you never know your smile is saving someone's life. Because he saved mine.
Yes.
And then like small things, he'll be like, oh, Malaika, okay, let's do this. He was like, oh, what plans do you have? Like, okay, let me take you here. Let me take you for lunch. I was broke. Like, I would ration bread. Yeah. Because I couldn't afford. We had eviction notices on the house because we're going to be kicked out and our things sold. I didn't have anything and no one knew. You just keep quiet and you're going through this thing. Medical bills and you have nothing, and mommy gives you a call and she says, Mwana, I don't have a lot, let me just send you something. And you're just like, oh God, there's a reason why, right? And so I love my mom so much, and people don't even know why so much. That woman is a superhero to me. She's my X-Men, Superman, Wonder Woman and everything, like in real life. And she's been through so much, but she loves us so much. And the things that she did for me without even knowing, you get it, like without even knowing. So one day I just said, Mommy, let me come home. And she's like, yes, come home. I'll take care of you. Don't worry about anything. You just pack, you come, just come home. She was so happy. Because I was telling her, Mommy, I don't have anything. I'm in debt. I have nothing. I don't know what to do. She's like, you come. So when I come home, I remember me and my mom are like sisters. We fight. Hey, we love each other, but we fight. They too, both of us looked at each other. So when are we getting my own place? This living arrangement is not working. And by the way, we hadn't fought, but we fought. You knew. So, like, because she'd come, Malaika, you're still sleeping. In our house, we don't sleep until this time. She goes, I'm like, next time I'm like, Mommy, where is this? She looks at me, where is what? And I'm like, it's not for, and you're like, I can't live like this. So you're like, I love you, but I can't live with you.
Okay.
So my mom got me, we found a house. My mother paid my rent for 1 year. 1 year. I had no job, I had nothing. 1 year. Aside for paying for that rent for 1 whole year, she bought me a car. And she said, Wakola engineer, you did so well in school. Thank you. You did so well in school. Because I really did. I really did so well in school. And I got a first class and everything. And she was like, oh, this is your present. I screamed. I couldn't breathe. I was like, what? First of all, she gave it to me with full tank. Thank God, because I didn't have money for fuel. So I was like, so like little things like that she'd do. And she'd be like, oh, and then she would come. You know, I have this thing, it's extra at home, you take. You know, like she doesn't want to show, like, because she knows me, I don't do charity, I will die in my movie.
I understand. My first little place, my mom gave me a pot, my first little pot. I had 1 plate, fork and a knife, 1 cup. Yeah, that's how you start. Yeah.
Me, I had a mattress and my TV I came with from Kenya.
Ah, well
The
done.
end.
You even had a TV.
Right? The only thing I didn't sell, because I told myself no. You know, I had so much money when I was in Nairobi at some point, when I was happy and I was good. Before
It's amazing, huh? The highs and the lows. Life is so
much.
unpredictable.
I worked so hard in Japan. Made a lot of money in Japan. A lot of money, Crystal. Like, my parents stopped paying. Like, they didn't pay for me rent ever. Ever. And I was living in expensive places, in places
Japan
that cost
is
about
like one
$2
of the
million a
most
month.
expensive countries in the world. Yeah.
And I was paying my own rent. I told them, I'm moving out of hostels. Why? Why did I do that? I could have saved that money. Madam Independence.
But that's the thing about money. It comes and goes.
It does. It
Yeah?
does. Like, my theory was that I don't want to finish school and then figure out how to live on my own. I want to learn while I'm still in school. Don't do it. Yeah, but it was little things like that. Also, when I came to UG, I smiled. People don't believe me when I say I never used to smile, or I never used to laugh, or I never used to, like maybe 4 people had seen my smile.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you ask anyone. I was tough. I was strict. I was very good at what I did. So when I came here, and I didn't even notice, like when I go through my pictures, most of them I'm like this. So I've helped you and I'm showing my teeth. That's maybe I was talking. You saw my teeth. But now, that's me, and it was genuine. And I didn't have anything. I had more things there, and I wasn't happy, and I had nothing here, but I was happier here. And then I started figuring it out, started learning the things I was passionate about. So I started learning I was good at that, but I wasn't passionate about it.
Okay.
That's when you learn the distinction. So it was so good to come back here, fresh start. I fell in love with someone when I got here. We were together for 2 years, privately, quietly, and no one knew. Yeah, we broke up. My love. But
Privately,
anyway,
quietly.
we move on.
Okay.
It started and ended and no one knew. You should know how many people are like, you guys dated? I'm like, yeah.
So, okay. So you're
I'm
very
very
private
private.
with your relationships. There was a time that you posted on your social media about your scars.
Oh,
yes.
little things.
And I can honestly tell you, I had seen you, worked with you, and I had never seen them.
Yeah.
Until you actually were like, oh,
Do you know
my
I don't have
scars and
pierced
everything.
ears?
Huh?
Do you know I don't have pierced
Yes,
ears?
yes. You
Very
told
few
me.
people know that.
Uh-huh.
People always just, my best friend of many years.
Why is
since
that
we're
though?
2
Is it
years.
a choice or?
You see these?
Okay, so your skin.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So this is. So I used to make a joke, which was not really funny. I'd be like, "Oh I have an uncle who like burnt me with cigarettes when I was younger." People were like, I'm like, "No, I'm kidding. It's just chicken pox."
Okay.
Just like to lighten up, because I would get tired of being asked. Sometimes I remember I was walking, and then some guy goes like, "Navy, like whatever, like with those scars," and you just feel so bad. So I would always cover up, always cover up. Actually,
People
one
are
of the reasons you might
insensitive.
have
They never
known-
think about it.
One of the things you might not have is because maybe I was always covering up.
Okay.
Yeah, so always hiding them, always, until one day I realized, oh, why? There's nothing I can do about it. My skin is sensitive. I got this scar
Okay.
when I was 2 years old.
Okay.
2, 3 years old. A stone cut me and it has never gone. I grow with it like this. So when I get a scar, it likes to remind me of you remember that time when but not always, but keloids. So these are keloids. Yeah, I can't have them removed. I can't have them.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
So my parents didn't pierce my ears, not because they knew I would get them.
Okay.
They just said it should be her choice.
All right.
You can't just be putting holes in her, and then she wakes up and she doesn't want to have them. I was like, because God working. My brother pierced his ear and got.
Okay.
He had to go for surgery, but he's
Uh-huh.
fine now. He doesn't
Okay.
have it anymore. Yeah.
All right. So.
But
yeah.
I remember
But there's so
sometimes
many options now because you always have.
clip-ons. I always
Clip-ons.
figure out, but only for events because they hurt. They hurt.
You're like, yeah.
They really hurt. But for events and for photo shoots, yes, I'll wear clip-ons.
So are you like sensitive to also metals? Or, like if you
No.
were gold or silver, that's
No,
fine.
That's fine.
Oh,
If Bambi
okay.
God needed to help me on some parts. Baby, I can't have all these problems. No, I outgrew the epilepsy. I outgrew the bronchitis. I've gotten too used to these little babies right here.
They're part of you.
Also because now my boobs are bigger, so people have to know. How will they know, Crystal? How?
So you got on TV, and for many people, that's when they're like, "Oh, Malaika, yeah, working with Gaetano, you guys were so fun."
I loved it.
But I mean, did you find it challenging in the beginning?
Yes.
What was your hardest time
Hardest time
or
was
biggest challenge?
the beginning. There was 2 challenges. Number 1 was the beginning. I remember
Okay.
because I'd never had any experience, never studied it, zero, like zero. I used to be interviewed when I was in Kenya. That's how I knew I'd always end up asking the questions, like you've noticed. I like to ask questions. I like to now. So I remember I was like this. Yes.
Oh dear.
My sisters, my cousins always make fun of me of how when I had started. Then the next day, again, maybe I've moved shoulder. Like that. You guys, TV is not easy. So Angelo, Izama, I'll never forget. We're friends now. In the beginning, he comes to me, he's like, Malaika, if you keep staying looking like a deer in headlights, this is not for you, okay? I was like, oh my God, mommy, this man is bad. And she's like, who is that? And my mom is my backup.
Let me come and talk to him.
You've only been there 2 days. Why is he talking like that? You know, she doesn't even know what. For her, she's my ride or die. She'll ask questions after. She kills you, not ask questions after. I was like, he's still shutting. But he had a point. He just needed to snap me out of it.
Yes, yes.
Because the next day I came with so much beef. I was like, watch me. No, I was like, I'll take over the lifestyle part. So I was do this, and I also lied about my age so that they would not, like, because I was working with people who were my senior, like proper, like 10 years, 15 years my senior, 20 years of my senior. So I had to lie about my age so that they would feel a little bit more comfortable with me.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. So I made myself older, which is rare. People usually make themselves younger. Then
What happens when you want to be taken seriously?
yeah, it does. Now another thing, also the guests. Guests will be so interesting when they see me. They're just thinking, oh, like Kado. No, like it was my job to be there. Be like, just be smiling. I'm like, no, I got questions for you.
I got a mind.
I'm the one leading this. Have a seat, guy. I got this. I go on. Like, yeah. And then people start realizing, oh, okay. I think another challenge was there's a lot of sexism in this industry. A lot. And some people do it even subconsciously. Like, they don't even know they're doing it. And you're like, you're reacting like that because I'm female. Like, if it was a man who said exactly what I said, you'd not have a problem with it. If I have an opinion, I'm being argumentative. If I keep quiet, I have no mind. I'm blonde. I am dumb. If I have a reason, where did you get it from? You questioning me all the time. I have no problem you questioning me, but how do you question me, right? Or you've already determined in your head, you know what, Malaika, this is where you're meant to be. You can't handle this. Not that it's not for you, but you can't handle. You've determined. So I felt like there was a lot of that as well with some of the people I worked with. But for me, it made me stronger. I didn't go home and whine about it.
Yes.
I just
It
decided,
just pushed you.
I was like, watch me take over. Watch me. And I was always like, I like people like you. You give me joy. Because when I get comfortable, you shake me up a bit. Be like, hey, okay, watch me take over. And with a big smile. And I was like, because someone once told me, oh, Malaika, you can't ever be so big because you're not a shark. You're too nice to be able to. I looked and I was like, oh, okay. And when I count the money with my smile, it will be fine. And also people like you, like honestly, Crystal, you know, you showed this grace and whatever tenacity, but you were still aggressive. So you showed that you can be bold. Also, thank you. I'm not just saying this because I'm on your show, but because I've said it so many other places, but I've never said it to you. I think I have. I hope I have. You made our parents respect this field for us, the girls. We're not malayas and prostitutes or wasting time. Because for a very long time, my mother kept asking me when you're getting a job. And I was like,
Yeah.
I have a job.
I think for the first 10 years of my career.
Right?
Okay, but when are you
I
getting
get
a real job?
Yeah, when are you getting a real job? I'm like, but... Then when she needed money, and I was like, okay. She's like, hey, okay. Mnango mwana wange, she does this. She's like... Yeah, but thank you for
Thank
that,
you.
by the way.
Thank
Thank you. It really inspired people like me. And because me, when I came, people were comparing me to so many people who have been in this industry for over 10 years. And I can't blame them because they would see like the same kind of grouping and whatever. I'm like, I just came. I've been here 6 months. How can you compare me to someone who's been on that? And I was like, stop complaining, Malaika, and be worthy
And
of that
embrace
position.
it.
Yes.
Embrace it.
Be worthy of being saved in the same field as that person. Be worthy of it. Don't make them feel like, how can they put me in the same field as Malaika? Like, really? Let them be like, oh yeah, like they could even be recommending me, be like, oh, I can't do it, but Malaika can.
But that's also because you're very ambitious, very aggressive, and you should just own that.
I am. So I really, and I love it. Very many guys used to tell me, you need to calm down. Even women, aunties, what, tell you, you know, if you ever want to get married, no man can ever want that. You're too, man, you're always getting things by yourselves. You're always, no man is ever going to want that. I'm like, okay, sorry for them missing out on me. Because everyone knows how much I want a Range Rover. Like, I really, really want a Range Rover. So everyone is like, always like, there are people would be like, yeah, Malaika, go get it. And others would be like, you come from a Vix to a Range, Malaika. Like, intermediate, like in the middle, right?
Speaking of men vibing you, you said at some
Out.
point,
At
some point, you said that you didn't date Ugandan.
I didn't say I didn't date
Something like that?
Ugandan men. I said I would not date a guy with hair.
Oh. Oh.
I couldn't have said that. My first boyfriend in uni was Ugandan.
Okay.
Yeah, so no, there's no way I could say that.
So he is Ugandan.
So the thing
He
is,
is Ugandan.
why, Lord? Have you ever seen you die yourself? You're dying in the movie. I'm like, I think we've run out of time. It's been Crystal 1-on-1. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.
So why I was going to that is because you were talking about your auntie saying that, you know,
Yeah.
the way you are.
Yeah.
Someone wouldn't accept you for who you are. You know,
Aside
your
from
drive,
that, even
your
the
passion,
job,
all of that.
even the job you're doing, which man can be with a woman? I mean, I wake up at 3 in the morning. You're going to work. You're coming back late because of events and all. Which man? I'm like, until he comes, can I make money? Like, can I be until I will adjust my life when that happens? But until then, because I like nice things, then they cost money. Crystal, you know this.
Yes,
They
and that's
cost money.
okay.
Yeah,
That's okay.
But okay, so
So is he okay with you and your dreams?
supportive, so supportive, so supportive.
That's
In fact,
what matters.
He can even be so mad if I miss an event. He's like, what? What do you mean? That's very unprofessional. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go. He's very supportive. He's very hardworking. He happens not to have short hair, so that's why that when you said you never say never, it's very true. Can't imagine. I once said, and there's a big thing that says I can't date a guy with dreads. Then I dated a guy with dreads. And I remember, oh God, may this never come out because I once said that. And the thing is, like, I never had anything against. I just felt like you're spending too much money and time and maintenance. And
As a man.
like, you should spend it on me. Like, on my hair, not your hair. It's just
But
all selfish.
that's also the thing about, growing up.
Yeah,
You begin to
learn.
realize you need to see people for who they are.
And not what they look like necessarily. But he looks good. Like, but also, I've learned a lot, and he's my Lukaku. That's what I call him. Lukaku is a Manchester United player who I have a humongous crush on. Oh my God, so fine.
Is he aware of this crush? Because
He's so good looking, and they're very similar.
okay.
So I always call him my Lukaku and everything. In fact, sometimes call him Chala Lukaku. Like, it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. But he's the second man I've ever fallen in love with. So it's growing. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
I keep very quiet and private about
I
it.
know
Those
you.
who don't know, shh, don't talk.
Well, we're gonna find out.
I know you will.
But it's important that he supports your dreams
He does.
and he
really
pushes you.
does. He really does.
Because I think a lot of women need to realize that person in your life has to do that.
Remember
that's
I
what you
asked
need from a
that
partner.
About you? I asked you, Crystal.
So that's me so much.
husband. I remember I asked Crystal. I was like, because I was asking you because I was like, will that ever happen for me to meet a man who's not intimidated by this light that I'm in, who appreciates it and even wants more from me? You get it? So I asked you, and I was like, Crystal, like, how does your husband, like, because in our field, how men feel like they have a right to us. Like, they feel they have a right. So, like, how do you handle it? How do you whatever? And you showed me these little tips, and I've been practicing them, and it works. It really does. It really does.
Yay.
And because it has gotten me in trouble before.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to find a way to let the men know that, listen, but at the same time not be rude.
Yeah.
Because you can't be a future client. Maybe they just don't mean to. You're just so nice. They see you all the time. They feel like you're their girlfriend. Yeah. I know very many guys who feel like that. Or like the girls as well.
Okay.
But thank you for that advice, by the way.
You're welcome.
And to my sweetheart, mwah, thank you. I love you.
Aww. Well, we're almost out of time. Thank you so much for joining
Wait,
me.
already?
I
No,
know.
let me buy more time. How much do you want? How much? Bring my bag. Buy more time.
By the way, Mina, she's talking to
know.
space. Just for the record.
Hey, I have an assistant for all they know.
So, my darling,
Thank you.
thank you for sharing
Thank you
the
for having
story.
me.
It's been fantastic. I think I've laughed like a crazy person. So, what do you want moving forward?
$1 billion.
Okay. These days it's important to just put it out there.
I'm actually very serious. I want $1 billion. I want a Range Rover, year 2014 or 2012,
Okay.
black, with white, with black and red interior lining. Like, should I go in depth?
We are very specific
Very
about this.
specific about this Range Rover.
Uh-huh.
And acting.
Okay.
I want to take.
We haven't even gone there.
Okay.
That's how much is going on in your life.
I want to do the acting more.
But, okay.
I want to do more jobs. I love being on stage. I
Were
wanna
you
go
on stage in
international.
school?
I did a lot.
Because you
of
said you were
plays.
tomboy and
Yes, I did
sports
plays.
and...
Yeah, primary school was more sports.
Okay.
High school was more like plays, speeches. I was like best speech for every time. As long as they see me on the stage, they're like, okay, who's second place? Because Malaika is definitely first place. And I never used to understand. That was practice, I guess, for now. So speeches, acting, stage plays, but that's completely different from film.
So would you say that acting is like your passion?
It really is. It's one off. I don't like saying there's one thing because radio is my passion, TV is my passion, emceeing and acting. I feel like they're all married to each other, passion as well. So I wanna grow that empire, that Malaika. Just grow with it.
Okay.
And also, but the most important thing I want, the most that I'm working on so hard right now, and I've been on this journey, is one, self-love, and to also be able to inspire younger people or even older, just be able to talk and teach them from my lessons or from what I'm learning, from what I'm reading and listening to, because I'm doing a lot of that. So I want to be a motivational speaker, but I have to have what to motivate. You're there telling people how to make $1 billion. Where is yours? So yeah, I wanna do that. So I'm working really, really hard on that, like to be a public speaker and motivational speaker. I've started, and I want to say thank you to Reach a Hand because they sought me out. For that. Yeah. So yeah, if you ask me, we can stay here. But also, I like eating food. I really do. So Crystal,
I'm going to carry you along.
I can come be your assistant on Crystal Bites. We can eat. I like to eat. Half the time you've seen me, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm eating.
It's a very good thing.
Evidence.
Curves. No, but you know, this is bad advice. People will be eating looking for curves.
Oh no, I go to the gym. I go to the gym.
Thank you for clarifying.
I go to the gym, but I started. You know, Krista, I came back from the States 5 kilograms heavier. Yeah.
Well,
5.
okay. I think maybe you lost yours, but mine.
No, I have. Hey, gym the next day.